Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System Classic. I'm Kyle, head of Dyrezz Plays. And in this episode we're going to continue with the Forest of Illusions. Last episode we've navigated all of the standard exits, and I showcased that even if you find some secret exits like in Forest of Illusion 1 and Ghost House, you may not actually make much progress. However, if you did do Forest of Illusion 1 secret exit, you do technically skip 2 stages, so there's that to think about as well. In this episode, we're going to go through Forest of Illusion 2, 3, and 4, find their secret exits, and get out of the forest. Which means we're going to be saying goodbye to that beautifully symphonic music. Which is sad. I like the Forest of Illusion Forest of Illusion's theme. It sounds perfect for the environment that you are playing in, which is the maze-like structure. I tried to destroy that urchin, and it did not work the way I wanted. So we're just gonna float down and go. It's about halfway through this level. We were kind of close to it at one point. So it's not like we haven't seen where this exit is. Almost every level we've either seen the exit or we're close enough to it that I could have shown it off. But because of what I was trying to do, which was illustrate the standard exit path, I decided not to outright say where the exits were. In this case, the secret exit is actually about just before the midway point, I would say. Ooh. Rip Van Owen, go away! No! Go away, Rip Van Owen! The secret exit is beyond this wall. It looks like you can't go this way because of the stone, but they put that stone as part of the background, similar to some of the other platforms you could jump to. The reason why this exit is so important is it takes us to the Blue Switch Palace. If you did not do the fly trick in Vanilla Secret 1, you would require coming all the way to the Forest of Illusion to get the blue switch to make that jump. Now, the way I'm going to do this is I want all of the standard coins first, because you can get, I believe it's 2 1-ups from this 1-up puzzle, but you have to be fast. So we're going to do that. We're going to run over. We're going to jump on the blue switch, then the white switch, and run all the way down. And then run all the way back. You actually get 3 up from the white coins, which is really cool. But you have to make sure you run back because sometimes you despawn the spinies, and you want to be able to get all of the white coins. So we got the Blue Switch Palace. This makes further episodes beyond the forest easier. It improves. Yeah, there's only a couple of stages that have blue switch blocks. So we're going to continue with Forest of Illusion 3, and this one is mean and cruel. You have to get all the way to the end of the stage as Big Mario, which may not seem like a challenge, but it can be difficult, especially with how many bubble enemies there are. It is something that you can easily fail at. So we're gonna spit that out, take the fireball, avoid the bubbles, and launch. And, oh. I was expecting the fireballs to actually do something. Don't lose, Yoshi. Okay, so we're basically just trying to make our way quickly through. That was a close call. That Goomba, the bubbles will make you fall all the way down, which is really mean, and need this mushroom. It is really mean for the... Okay. It is really mean that if you jump and hit the bottom of the bubble that you will be launched straight down. You want to go through that green pipe to get into this area, and you have to be Big Mario in order to break the blocks. And that will take us down to Roy's Castle. And we're out of the forest. However, we're not going to start Roy's Castle just yet. We still have a few more stages to do first. We're going back to the Forest of Illusion 4, and if I am skilled enough, I'll be able to get to the secret exit in a stylized way. And I did not get the correct power up, but that's fine. I do want to get to about here, because what I need, and I almost did not make that jump, is this guy. I want not that. So I'm gonna let this green Koopa jump to flatter ground. And I'm gonna want his shell. No. That's not what I wanted either. Okay. I need to spawn Lakitu, and I need to get onto his cloud. And you go through this blue pipe, and that's how you get to the secret exit. If you have Cape Mario or like a really good running jump, you could easily jump to that platform. Otherwise, Lakitu's jump or the Lakitu cloud is probably the only way that I can think of that gets you into that blue pipe. Once again, my nose is bugging me. Warning! This stage has fast-moving backgrounds, so if you get easily motion sick, then you may want to skip ahead. Just because this stage makes it look like you are moving faster than normal. And I could see some people maybe getting a little bit motion sick because of the speeds. It's nothing that I can't handle, so I just lost my power up and I have nothing to back me up. I do want to be careful because there's that. With the blue switch palace on this stage, you can actually break yourself and not be able to, if you're good at platforming and able to do the side jump where you jump from the side, then you'll be good. My point being is that if you're on the underside, you could end up crushing yourself and dying on the blue platforms. Now we're almost at max lives. We're at 91 lives. Man, am I good. So we're gonna keep going. We have the Forest Fortress. This is the second fortress that has Reznor inside, and this one has auto-scrolling in it. You can keep ahead of the I call it a crusher, but I don't know what its official name is. The ceiling drop. You can stay ahead of that the entire time. Just be careful of the buzzsaws, because those are the things that will kill you. Fortunately, oh, sorry, there's one more. Fortunately now we should be at the end. Oh, another. Sorry, I recently did these stages. If you did not listen to my rant in episode 4 about how I had already recorded all the episodes but none of them were usable, then you know that I have done these stages before. So I was gonna try to do this whole series not fully blind, because I have played this game fully, but it has been a couple of years since I played it last. And so let's just there. Wow, I am bad at this stage. Does not help that I don't have power up. Okay, so we're gonna try this again. Because this part is auto scroll and I can't just run to where I died, I'll probably cut to the next room. If not, no, I think I'll keep this room in one more time. And if I die again and there's no midpoint, then I'll cut to when I get by this room after each death. We are getting to the more difficult stages, so I am assuming that I'll die I'll be dying more often than I have already been. Okay, and we're at the end of the room, and the buzzsaw has returned. Almost ran into those fireballs. Okay. Back with the power up, so hopefully I don't lose it so quickly like I did before. You don't have to do the platforming on this upper area, but it gives me a bit of a break. Okay, so this is what I was trying to do, was I was trying to get it so the buzzsaws were already moving, so I didn't have to worry about them. Now, the fortress boss is here, but what I was able to do the last time I played this stage was take this path, which is a hard path. You have these fireballs, and the only way through is to fly. So I'm gonna try to do it again. And I did it successfully. If you make it over, then you have all of these 1-ups that you can collect. Wasn't good. And I lost 2 1-ups from there. You can get, I believe it's 8 1-ups from this space, 9 1-ups from this space, because I missed out on 2. And you get straight into the fight with Reznor without needing to fly back. It's really good. I don't want to end up falling too far behind Reznor, but I also don't want to be too vulnerable to his fireballs. Unfortunately, there's nowhere I could really run from that one without missing my opportunity to counter. And we defeated Reznor again. Like I said, Reznor is the only fortress boss you'll ever fight. It is probably because of limitations to the hardware, in which they couldn't create more fortress bosses, and that's fine. Defeating the fortress boss and taking the secret exit out of the Forest of Illusion takes you to Star Road again. So now we found 4 entrances to Star Road. And I had already mentioned that there was an entrance that leads you straight to Bowser's Castle, so we already know where all of the Star Road entrances are. Now we're gonna do Roy's Castle and take down the big guy, and I forgot. Roy's Castle is a semi-auto-scrolling stage with the block trail. You have to follow this trail, and it's fine. Actually, it's not fine. I don't like these stages at all. I find them to be artificially crafted to be an auto-scroller, because... Sorry for that, guys. I just had to cut the footage there. I got interrupted, but nothing that quick editing can't fix. So we're going to continue now in this stage. As I was saying before, I hate these block trail stages. They are not my favorite, and I believe the last time I played this stage, I actually died like 7 times here. And it was mostly because of my own fault, obviously, but it was mostly because I would get to a certain point, and then it would just become really challenging. So I was able to make it through. Oh, fireballs. And I know of the statue. And there is a fireball that flies at you here. And I'm going to be fighting Morton without a power-up. So when I was fighting Ludwig von Koopa at the last castle 2 episodes ago, I mentioned that these next stages are kind of rehashed, remixed versions of the previous bosses, and that's true. This one is the Morton battle with Roy, but the difference is the battlefield gets smaller, meaning Roy will get closer to the walls faster and be able to repeat his attack sooner. However, if you are as good as I am, you can jump on Roy Koopa 3 times before he even makes it to the wall and be able to stop him before he even makes his first real attack. I love this cutscene. It's hilarious. I also realize that I have not been reading out the story, and it's mostly because I've been in the middle of other conversations and other notes that I wanted to say. So, and this one's just talking about how the next world is probably the hardest yet, and that is true. So in the next episode, we're going to be starting Chocolate Island, the dangerous but tasty world. Thank you all for watching this episode. If you liked what you saw, leave a comment in the comment section below. Smash that like button and subscribe if you have not for more Super Mario World content. I'll see you all next week for the next episode, and I'll see you guys then. Bye.